INFJ stands for introversion, intuition, feeling, and judgment, a personality type that is among the rarest in the Myers-Briggs system, making up only about 2% of the global population. INFJs possess a unique blend of traits that set them apart from others. They are often described as deeply intuitive, emotionally intelligent, and somewhat enigmatic. Because of their strong sense of empathy and insight, they are sometimes known as the counselor or the advocate. Despite their intriguing nature, INFJs are frequently misunderstood. Many people assume they know what an INFJ is like, but in reality, this personality type is far more complex than it appears. So let's dive into some of the key characteristics of an INFJ and see if you might be one of them. Number 1, a deep appreciation for beauty and quality. INFJs have a keen eye for beauty and quality, seeking them in nearly every aspect of life. They are naturally drawn to sophistication, preferring environments that feel aesthetically pleasing and well-crafted. They often appreciate high-quality experiences and items such as fine food, elegant clothing, and exceptional craftsmanship. However, this appreciation for luxury and refinement can sometimes feel at odds with their spiritual and introspective nature. That said, INFJs are usually minimalists at heart. Rather than accumulating excess, they prefer to own fewer things, but of higher quality. To them, beauty isn't just about appearance, it's a source of inspiration and inner peace. Number 2, strongly future-focused. INFJs are driven by willpower and a deep sense of purpose. They are constantly striving to move closer to their personal goals and won't hesitate to make bold decisions if something no longer aligns with their vision for the future. For example, if an INFJ finds themselves in a stagnant relationship or an unfulfilling job, they won't stay stuck. They'll walk away and pursue something more meaningful. At the same time, INFJs can be highly critical of their past, often remembering negative experiences in vivid detail. To avoid dwelling on painful memories, they prefer to shift their focus forward, creating a future that aligns with their values, dreams, and aspirations. Number 3, drawn to those in need of help. INFJs have an innate ability to see the good in people, even when others don't. Because of this, they often find themselves gravitating toward those who need help, whether emotionally, mentally, or even spiritually. This tendency is sometimes linked to the broken wing theory, where INFJs believe they can rescue or fix others. Their deep compassion and desire to heal make them natural caregivers. While this can be incredibly rewarding, it also comes with challenges. If INFJs don't set clear boundaries, they can become emotionally drained, frustrated, or even taken advantage of. Learning to balance empathy with self-care is key to maintaining their own well-being. Number 4, a different wavelength. INFJs often feel like outsiders because they perceive the world differently than most people. Their dominant cognitive function, intuition, allows them to subconsciously recognize patterns in almost everything, especially when it comes to human nature. This is further amplified by their secondary function, feeling, which naturally draws them toward understanding others on a deeper level. Intuition is the ability to sense or understand something without needing logical proof, almost like an inner knowing. Because it works beneath the surface, INFJs may experience it as a kind of sixth sense or psychic ability. However, trying to explain this deep intuition to others can be challenging. Since most people don't process information in the same way, INFJs often feel misunderstood or isolated, as if they are speaking a language no one else can comprehend. Number 5. Naturally warm and charismatic. Most people wouldn't sit next to a stranger and immediately start sharing their deepest fears, dreams, and personal struggles. But with an INFJ, it happens more often than you'd think. INFJs possess a unique warmth and charm that makes others feel instantly comfortable in their presence. There's something about their calm, inviting energy that encourages people to open up without hesitation. They have a way of putting others at ease, making them highly approachable and trustworthy. Beyond their charm, INFJs are attentive listeners who know how to communicate in a way that truly meets people where they are. Alone time isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. Number 7. Deeply perceptive of others. INFJs have an uncanny ability to read people, quickly understanding their emotional states, motivations, and even hidden intentions, often within seconds of meeting them. However, while they can easily decode others, INFJs themselves remain a mystery to most people. This can create an imbalance where they deeply understand someone, but that person struggles to understand them in return. Their intuitive nature allows them to look beyond the surface, diving into the inner workings of people's minds. They are fascinated by what makes each individual unique, always searching for deeper meaning in human behavior. Because of this, INFJs can often tell when someone is hiding something, whether it's a lie to others or even a lie to themselves. Number 8. Perfectionism and procrastination. INFJs often struggle with a deep fear of failure. They set incredibly high standards for themselves, constantly pushing beyond what most people would consider normal or necessary. Because of this, they tend to procrastinate, not out of laziness, but due to an internal need for perfection. They want everything to be just right, which can sometimes prevent them from even getting started. Ironically, they are more than capable of accomplishing these tasks without putting so much pressure on themselves. Another challenge INFJs face is dealing with criticism. Negative feedback tends to linger in their minds, often overshadowing any praise they receive. However, as they grow and mature, INFJs learn to let go of perfectionism. They begin to embrace mistakes as part of the learning process and focus more on self-confidence, allowing them to achieve extraordinary results in their personal and professional lives. Number 9. Building deep emotional intimacy. At first glance, INFJs may seem reserved, shy, or even mysterious, especially around people they don't know well. They tend to keep their true selves private, which can make them appear distant. However, INFJs are actually deeply relational. They crave authentic connections and seek to build trust on a profound level. Once they feel comfortable, they open up in meaningful ways, creating strong emotional bonds with those they trust. Thanks to their natural empathy and deep conversations, INFJs form relationships that go beyond the surface, offering a level of closeness and understanding that few can match. Number 10. Highly sensitive to conflict. Conflict can be deeply unsettling for INFJs, often sending them into a state of stress and emotional turmoil. They work hard to create harmonious relationships, and they hope that those around them will help maintain that balance. When conflict arises, it can disrupt their inner peace, making it difficult to focus or even sleep. Their minds replay the situation endlessly, especially if it involves someone they deeply care about. In some cases, this stress can even manifest physically, leading to headaches, muscle tension, stomach issues, or general fatigue. However, this doesn't mean INFJs avoid conflict entirely. Over time, they learn to set healthy boundaries and stand up for their needs, while still approaching disagreements with empathy and deep understanding. Number 11. Absorbing other people's emotions. INFJs don't just sense emotions, they absorb them. They often find themselves feeling what others feel, as if those emotions were their own. For instance, if someone around them is excited, an INFJ will likely feel that excitement too. Likewise, if someone is anxious or stressed, they may unknowingly take on that tension themselves. This deep emotional empathy can be overwhelming, but it also allows INFJs to truly understand what others are going through. As a result, they have a natural ability to heal, comfort, and reassure those in need. When an INFJ tells someone, "You're going to be okay," they genuinely mean it, because they've already felt and processed that person's emotions as their own.